McDowell's supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Great Friday afternoon to you everyone as we wind up another week of The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside Jaquan, our technical operator. Today is Friday. It's the 10th day of the month of May 2024. Our program airs weekdays, Monday to Friday, holidays accepted, from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM radio station, coming to you on two frequencies, 91.3 for the north and 91.5 for the south. We are also on MBC television simulcasting, channel 120 on the Flow cable TV service. And we are also on Facebook Live, as well as now streaming live on YouTube. I hope your day is going so far good. Mine is. And it's good weather, even though I increasingly hear people, such as the very lean, slender, slim Jaquan, talking about the build-up of the heat. It's just seasonal, it's just the time. But we need to pay attention to the advisories and the warnings, such as this one from the Barbados-based Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum, or CARICOF. The Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum, CARICOF, has predicted near record heat in the Caribbean region from April to September 2024, with particularly hot conditions expected in August and September. We're in for it again, this year. The implications of this forecast include an increased risk of heat stress, among vulnerable populations and small livestock due to high temperature and rising humidity in September. The need for cooling solutions is expected to rise earlier and faster than in previous years, peaking in August and September. Up to June 2024, this forecast predicts an increase in heat compared to previous years, with Barbados projected to experience between 30 to 50 heat waves. Barbados ain't far from us, folks. All right. With the above in mind, please see the below that can assist in the alleviation of feeling the heat. Drink plenty fluids. Water assists in regulating your body temperature and in turn allows the body to cool off when the environment gets warmer. Cold water is better, and according to the Red Cross, one should aim to drink at least 3/4 of a gallon of water a day. Just yesterday or day before, I went to, it wasn't a supermarket, it was a pharmacy. So it's a healthcare associated person who I was purchasing a bottle of cold water, and she very solemnly advised me that I should try to drink the water at room temperature. Don't drink it from the fridge. I said, oh, no. I will only do that when I have no choice. I cannot, in this temperature, in this weather, in this climate, see myself drinking water at room temperature. Because room temperature means different things for different places, different countries, different regions, different zones. And here in this Caribbean, at this time of the year, room temperature, my goodness, I might as well boil the water and drink it. I mean, maybe if you tell me in the temperate countries, in North America, in Canada, in Europe, and so on, which is turning over to spring, but it's still cool enough there, that you can tell me about room temperature water. I mean, you go to those places and the water from the tap, even in so-called summertime, is quite cool. If you're accustomed to our warm water here, warm seawater and so on, bathing in the sea in those places, in areas where it's advised to do it, is a challenge for you. But to take water and to drink water at room temperature, not easy. I can't do it. And look now, Karikoff is saying cold water is better. What you're looking for now is to cool down your body. And I'm going to continue reading what I was reading yesterday about what a Mexican scientist has to say about the climate change problem. And the Mexican scientist is living in the Yucatan Peninsula, where they have some of the highest temperatures. We're hearing about 47 degrees Celsius temperatures, 10 degrees above the normal human body temperature, but I'll get back to that. So we have about drinking plenty fluids. Karikoff is also advising retreat to cool areas. Although air conditioning units are a great additive, not all have access to them. If it is possible to spend 2 to 3 hours within public areas that have a cooling space, this measure can help to avoid heat-associated illnesses. In addition, one should avoid going outside during the hottest period of the day. As the day progresses to evening, move to the coolest part of your home. Just a few days ago, I'm feeling the heat and I'm putting on the air condition in my vehicle, putting it for the outside. And I'm seeing the thing is not cooling. And I'm saying, oh Lord, don't tell me the air condition went bust. Later in the day when the heat, subsided naturally and so on, I had to adjust the air condition. It's too cold, same air condition. It's the heat that is bucking against the air condition. The air condition has to be trying to fight against the ambient, outside circulating air temperature. If you want to get it cool, you have to use recirculated air, which I don't like to do because I figure if there is some pollutant or there is some irritant in the vehicle, by recirculating it, all you're doing is that you're going to continue breathing it in and exposing yourself. So I tried as much as possible. It burns a little more gas, I think. It takes longer to cool. But I'm just saying right now, do not be surprised if your vehicle air condition, even though it is working perfectly, you might wonder if it has a problem, because the time it is going to take for it to push, buck against, overcome, prevail against the ordinary air temperature might take a lot longer, and sometimes it feels like it's not getting there at all. And also it's expensive. It causes more gas to burn. You have a home air conditioning unit. You use it. You better wait for the kind of bill that you're going to get at the end of the month. The other one says skip the cooking. Stock up on foods that are either microwave ready or can be eaten without any warm preparations. The unnecessary use of your stove during a heat wave can make your living space much warmer. Everything, the stove, the iron, whatever you do, they're going to add up to the heat. Appliances, even those that are meant to cool, they're going to be generating their own heat, to some extent. Plan outdoor activities. If you have errands or outdoor chores that require attention, try to do same early or late on evenings to avoid peak temperatures. Stay in the shade where possible if venturing outside. The other one, stay in touch. For those of us who have elderly relatives that live alone, check in on them. Let me say that. Check in on them. How did that thing jump like me? Check in on them, as their individual ability to regulate body temperature is significantly lowered and any heat-related illnesses are difficult to detect. Dress for the occasion. Wear loose-fitting, lightweight clothing that are made of natural fibers to keep cool. For example, tank tops, light-colored shorts, and t-shirts made of cotton or linen that are breathable and will assist in regulating your body temperature. Unlike polyester and other synthetic materials that make you sweat, perspiration becomes stagnant and you will not cool down. In addition, dark clothing will attract heat. Watch your pets. If your pet seems listless, unable or unwilling to move, they may be suffering from the heat. They must go to a veterinarian immediately. Recognize the symptoms. Individual heat tolerance varies. However, prolonged exposure to extreme temperatures can begin to make one feel ill. Heat exhaustion is indicated by symptoms such as heavy sweating, weakness, and digestive issues. Retreat to a cold area. Rest and drink plenty fluids. All right? Note, heat stroke is very serious and is characterized by a body temperature over 103 degrees Fahrenheit. Somebody do the conversion for me and tell me what that stands in Celsius. Red skin that does not produce sweat, a rapid pulse, and confusion. Remember, heat stroke requires immediate medical attention. Now, yesterday I started saying something and I got... By the way, folks, let me just tell you, I bragged yesterday, I shouted from the rooftop about what a great program we'll have today. I'm going to have an ambassador. We'll talk about the significance and the manifestations of the OECS single space, single economy, full freedom of movement, and the right of establishment and no work permit and all of that in the other islands of the OECS and how it works out in CARICOM. I bragged about that only to get a message this morning from the ambassador, Her Excellency Elma Jean Isaac, that she's unable to do the interview. She's overseas right now. She'll have to leave it until she returns home next week. Reason being, she's had several meetings that she had not factored in or expected that she has to do. She's not able to do on. So I'm going to open the phone lines much earlier than I thought I would have. I hope I know your attention is many places elsewhere given jazz and so on, but just know that you'll be welcome on the phone line. So we won't be having Ambassador Elma Jean Isaac, who is our ambassador to CARICOM and is also St. Lucia's OECS commissioner. She's also our representative on the OECS commission. So just know that we can. I didn't tell you who she was. I wanted the ambassador to be a surprise, but I'm telling you, it's Ambassador Elma Jean Isaac. Very knowledgeable, vastly knowledgeable about so many different subjects having to do with free movement, having to do with the OECS Economic Union, the treaty, CARICOM, the whole competition scenario, the need for us to have competition authorities, competition bodies, how it's affecting us. I mean, when it comes to trade policy, trade law, and so on, she is one deep, profound repository of knowledge. So I really look forward to having Ambassador Elma Jean Isaac, but it was not to be. All right, so I said I wanted to go back to something I was saying yesterday about the heat and what a Mexican scientist has to say. And I hope this doesn't apply in any way, that they're expecting temperatures of 47 degrees. Now, people, if our body temperature, the normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Once it goes above that, we're in a state of fever and we're sick and we're listless, and it goes to a certain height. It can drive us unconscious into a coma. It can kill us. It can brain damage us. It can do so many things to us. You know what it means if air temperature rises 47 degrees? 10 degrees higher than our body temperature? It means it's impossible for us to cool down by our body losing heat to the atmosphere. Because the exchange of heat moves from an area where the heat is lower, is higher, to one where it is lower. It means that, okay, we have a caller coming in. Let's take the call. Let's take that call. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real issues.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sheldon.
Hey, forward last. Sauve.
Where's Mr. Sheldon? Daniel.
Yes.
Papa bon Dieu, forward là. Premier page n'a touché. Please, bin recheck fix line na, va me souple, home phone na, right? Bon, deuxième page, me vle gwe Happy Mother's Day, pour toutes mothers, on la terre qui t'attend. Voix forward, qui ou c'est maman, qui ou ça, comment on va crier ça, adopted maman, de vous les voyez, ou c'est maman. So, me ka vwe Happy Mother's Day pour nous toutes maman, on la terre à côté nous lion. Niche moi-même. Alors, maman, Sheldon Daniel, maman, la famille, et tout le monde qui a turn forward la love, L-O-V, 4 lettres, et puis ça a quitté. Bon après-midi pour tout le monde. Love you all. Comment Dieu te m'a dit, as I love you, love everybody. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheldon Daniel.
Bon, forward là, bon madosa avant aller. À quoi de me battre parler hier?
Oui.
Où est le programme hier?
Pardon?
Est-ce que le programme hier? À quoi de matin voir hier? Moi t'en avance hier.
Hier moi de 4 n'a pas de travail.
OK, c'est ça mon veut dire. Est-ce problème phone qui empêche?
Allons téléphone moi.
OK. All right, c'est ça.
Problème phone là.
OK.
Allons seulement là à présent.
OK, moi comprends.
Allons seulement là à présent.
OK. So, forward là, moi je souhaiter ou même on
merci vous check moi.
Moi je souhaiter une bonne journée internationale pour maman, Happy Mother's Day pour vous aussi. Et puis même quand on dit en avance, moi je souhaiter dernier puisque nous pas un programme dimanche, en avance moi je souhaiter dernier maman Sainte Lucie. Une bonne journée maman, Happy Mother's Day pour tout le monde. All right. Okay. The forward lab beating everybody else. Folks, look. Once it start. You know, the lines are open. I tell you already, my guest's not going to be there. We're not going to have that great discussion that I intended to have today. We'll still have it, but we're not going to have it today about this OECS free movement and all that. We have another call on the line. Good afternoon. The real issues.
Yeah, the real issues, brother Shelton.
What's up, my friend? You okay?
Yes, my brother. What's up?
What's on your mind today?
Jazz.
What's that?
It looks like everyone is at jazz, so I have the line there now.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, as we say, you at liberty now.
Okay.
At liberty.
I'm not sure if it's my phone, but I'm hardly hearing you.
Okay, go ahead. We're hearing you.
You heard me?
We're hearing you loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody's at jazz. Yesterday I was listening to your program.
Yeah.
Well, I always listen to the program. And is it Nobby called?
Yes, Nobby.
Lucian?
Yeah, Lucian Joseph, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's Nobby. And I think you posed the question to him. And I think that in Labour Party circles, there's a debate going on. The song from Invader, as though we're giving Shastri too much attention. And I remember I was at my watering hole and somebody of influence posed that question to me. And I was like, hey, that thought could have held if that argument was maybe pertinent leading up to the election of 2016, where perhaps this guy was an unknown, not really an unknown, you know. Some of us knew him. We saw his work as tourism minister. We knew he did nothing. We saw how he spent the money. You understand? We heard the warnings from Richard Frederick, etc., etc. But we took no heed, right? And then we went after him. Can't talk part, and then they gave us that resonated with people, etc.
That's right.
So in that regard, he was an unknown quantity. So I could have understood then people saying that. But in this context, elections of 2021, the man was in power for 5 years, so we knew we got to know him.
We have a frame. We have a frame of reference.
That's right. We saw what he gave, so we know him intimately inside out. So when we attack him, or when we go for him, and when we expose him, we are not making him more popular. He's the leader of His Majesty's Royal Opposition. We cannot ignore him. He's all over the place spreading lies and propaganda. You understand? He's misbehaving in the house. He's doing everything, and plus we have a record of his performance as Prime Minister, a lousy performance. So we have that frame of reference correct. So when we speak with authority. We're not making him more popular. Right now he's a non-entity, not a nonna, a known.
He's a known entity, yes.
So when we discuss in wastage, we can talk about the $7.3 million, the vaccine money. You understand? We can talk about the $70 million 7 days before an election. You're giving a director what to fresh start. You understand? We can discuss these things now no longer in a vacuum, but we can back it up with facts and statistics and figures. So, I mean, Invader, it sounds, Labour Party people already think that we think a lot of them are sorry that we give me the think they're intellectual and they overanalyze and sometimes to the detriment of the party. Right now, we know what the man is, we know him. So when we decide to discuss things, we're discussing things with a proper frame of reference. So it's not now we don't know it. So we can delve on this. Look at how Emma deconstructed Met in Parliament. You know what I mean? You cover the facts and figures now.
Yes.
You're not making him more popular. When he sits at the back of a van and people, he has now become a figure of derision. You understand? He's not making it more popular. Now you could laugh at him, the nonsense and the foolishness that he does. So I want to disagree with people that figure we're talking about it too much. We must talk about him. He's the leader of His Majesty's Royal Opposition. And when we discuss things, look at that. For 30 years, Rick Reynolds after Kenny. Rochamel, Grindberg, 30 years, A man who almost destroyed the country. Just 3 years ago, we Labour Party somebody are saying, let's forget about it and move on. Man, this is madness. We have to remind the people that he has to account for all the misdeeds that he has done. And I want to say something to my party. We have to stop now running after flabo propaganda and things. We have to control the narrative. And I'm going to ask my Prime Minister that give us these bones. The special prosecutor cannot prosecute everything. And I believe not everything is prosecutable. There are some things that they will never be able to take to court. However,
some things have to be prosecuted in the court of public opinion. That's where they have to.
So you have to give us those bones. You have to throw us those bones so we could work with it. So it has to be hopping, skipping, and jumping, playing chin music. You understand? We cannot always be on the back foot and just, absorbing the pressure. Yeah, the rope-a-dope, Ali gave us that rope-a-dope. Yeah, you take the pressure, then you won't know. No, we don't want to. But there are things that you could give us. Things we know the special prosecutor cannot go to court with. It might have been corrupt. The things might be a thing. But, for example, when you break up $20 million into contracts of almost 490 contracts of $50,000, that might not be, that is within the Financial Act. right? We know it's not good because fellas got paid for work that was never done. 20 million, you broke that up into 490 contracts. Give us those things. Let us run a fit. Let us set the narrative. Flabo now is just so. FBI come and pick up the prime minister. All kinds of nonsense you're hearing. And Labour Party people falling for that. This must stop. We must be able to control the narrative. You understand? Look, the latest strategy there, I just read on another thing. Why you should never give a party 15-2 again. You see the propaganda? You see how Cambridge Analytica is at work? So in other words, give us a strong opposition, and then when you check yourself, your party is in opposition, and the opposition is in power. We have to stop that.
But you know something that is really fascinating, as much as it is ironic. While I am somebody who never supports quarreling with calypsos and going to war with them, they're for entertainment and it serves no good purpose. But isn't it ironic that Invader is admonishing us in his song? And again, it's a song, it's parody and satire and all of that. Because in it he even says, look, even I singing about him, But that the UWP is already using that song as the music bed for their own propaganda,
Correct. We can also take that song and show all the misdeeds that Alan did there. We can do that. We will do that.
Yes.
To show that what Alan did, how he broke. Mash up jazz. You know what I mean? The man was just like a bull in a china shop, just destroying things.
He's too
building in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
You understand? That's history. Yes. We may not have loved the history, a solid history, but when you go to Africa, the eye of the people, that's still there. You understand? You were just pent on destruction and demolition, and now Invader. Now there are things which sound sensible. They sound really militant, but when you really analyze it, why would Invader give these fellows a campaign song? You just make that up because you think you're right.
I'm not defending
artists that can do everything. But sometimes you have to think, man, can I say, should I say that? Come on. You see, so that's why we have now to be able to control the narrative. I'm asking the PM and the ministers, man, stop just, they're dropping little bits in the parliament. Oh, the debate is coming. I'm tired of hearing that debate is coming. Let's have the debate on the desilting of the dam. Let's have the debate on St. Jude. Let's lay the facts. Give the people the information. We just on the back foot, and we're threatening things. Oh, the debate is coming. We will talk about that. I'm tired of that. You understand? Right now, it's chin music. Let these fellas hop, skip, and drop. Jump. We cannot take that anymore. So yes, this thing that they talk about, that would have been relevant prior to the election of 2016. Right now, we have a frame of reference. We have all the Pajol letter. There's the Panama thing has died. Maybe they said it's special prosecutor coming. You getting a government loan and you get somebody getting a commission on that. You understand? And give us those bones, may say. Let us make these fellas run now. The fellas are too comfortable. They're just hitting us with all propaganda and lies. Yes, we debunking it, but sometimes, Shelton, when you just drop a little thing. Look, I read something from somebody that said about, GPH not even coming their money, they went to a bank. but that's what banks do, they lend money.
But that has not been the experience, Anyway.
They're trying to make that false equivalency. But you must go to the banks. The banks are there for profit for the shareholders. But when you take pensioners' money, instead of buying the land for the pensioners, you gift it to a foreigner and you want to compare those two things.
Yes.
Come on. That's why this time, stop telling me about the debate is coming. Give us these things. Drop what you need to drop. We know the special prosecutor cannot prosecute everything. Drop what you have to drop. And yes, we'll continue to attack this guy. This guy, almost in 3 years, 30 years, Rick Wayne was on Kenny's back. Kenny, bring them. All kind of nonsense. He never let up. Nobody says, well, boy, you're making Kenny figures. You understand? We have a frame of reference, Shelton, and we must use that frame of reference. So we must be on the attack, and we must, in the minds of the people, show them what it is that this guy has done, how this man has destroyed. You took away, the little distress fund. You starve the National Trust of Resources. Why? Because Mr. Tulsi, stood in your way, but you wanted to blow up Pigeon Island to put a dolphin park. Yeah, I mean, Tulsi is more solution than a lot of fellas, you know. Tulsi taught us. I remember doing econ with Tulsi on evenings at Compre. Tulsi has touched the lives of everybody, but you call him a liar, and because of that, you starve the National Trust of 5 years. Come on, Shelton. These things we must keep in the air. We must do that, and I'm not going to buy that thing about we making him famous. He's already famous. Right now, he's infamous, and we must remind the people of this guy's misdeeds. We must not let up. We must be relentless. We must not let up, you know. And it is time for our parliamentarians. Stop telling me about you. Drop that, the debate is coming. I don't want to hear the debate is coming. Drop it. Let's run with it, man. Let's have these fellas on the back foot. They are setting the narrative, and we are chasing that. We must stop that nonsense. We must set the narrative. Okay, my brother?
All right, then. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks.
All right on cue for our commercial break. It's already 1 o'clock. The real issues will continue shortly.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell V4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knightsmed Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place, Jeremy Street, Castries. Citygate Bar, the CDC opposite the market. Plants Place, Denry Highway. Arlette Supermarket, Soufre. The Release Stress Bar, Labrie Highway. Cool Joint Bar, Victoria Schwazel. Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Yes, the best a man can get.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Our telephone lines are open to take your calls. The numbers, as always, 724-7325. That's 758-724-7325. You can WhatsApp call that number if you're overseas. You can call it from locally as well. It goes without saying. And the other number is our landline, 4533911. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon, Real Issues. Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Hey, how you doing? You're early today.
I'm good. Maka souhaite toute femme dans le monde entier, en particulier Simplici et Kawaïbla, bonne fête maman. C'est nom là qui te fait rôle, qui joue rôle, ni maman, ni papa, peut-être yo trou kay tchebe en bouton de dans tout. Parce que si il joue rôle ça là, ou ça bali tout. And about, we are mentioning Chasney's name too often. I'm pissed. We need to mention his name till he cannot even tolerate us mentioning his name again, that he gets up himself and leave. You last moment when he mao, makapati. And we continue l'homme. And whatever Invader sings, it's just a song. Me not care with that. Let us knock on that door. Because let me say something to you. This is the first government I have ever seen. Sheldon, I voted. My first vote was for Raymond Flood.
Your first vote was
my
for
second
who?
vote.
Your first vote was for who?
Raymond Flood.
Oh, okay.
My second vote was for Henry Mackey.
Okay. Ezekiel.
My third vote was for Vincius James.
Okay.
My fourth vote was for Cassie Lyons.
Okay.
Let me say something to you, so you know where I have been all my life.
Right.
And I ain't leaving. If something is not right, I say it's not right, but I ain't leaving. And not because I didn't get a piece of the pie, I have to make noise. I ain't voting anymore. I ain't leaving. I ain't get this time, I will get another time. I ain't get nothing this time, next time I'll get. I have confidence.
Okay.
Let me say something to you all, St. Lucian. Don't let these people play and play. That's the first time in my life I have ever seen any government that is in opposition that start campaigning from the day they lose.
But you know what, Maria? They start campaigning already, and guess who gave them the campaign song? Invader's song, is their campaign song already. You should see what they're doing with that song on Facebook. Alan do this, Alan do that, and claiming of really anything good that has happened in St. Lucia, anything that has thing, including some things I suspect they're inventing, some things that they intended to do but they never did, and so on. Some things that they supposedly started. They're taking credit for so many things, and what is their background music, their musical bed? The same song, Invaders say we're talking about them too much. That's what they're using,
Well, you know what happened? No, man, lyrics can always be changed.
Of course, I know the Labour Party can take the same song and they can do the opposite with it. But it's amazing that Invader probably
we making Brum Brum make a song for us and change it.
Yeah, most of the royalties, if Invader collects royalties from that song, most of the royalties I suspect are going to come from the United Workers' Party and Cambridge Analytica and whatever. So maybe he would have scored a tremendous success with that song because they're already giving it a lot of play because it serves their propaganda purposes.
By the time election is up, they have played it too much that it has no more value left.
That's true. You're chewing.
Exactly. When you stretch a band, you end up exerting too much force. Ça commence à bailler, ça commence à perdre quoi, il pas ni service quoi, pas ça même servi pour servir lassé. Yo kay finally kay we va dans point côté kay tuer. Invader même kay mette a lot pour déchirer you. They can talk till tomorrow. One thing I don't want the Labour Party to do not remain quiet. Don't do that. Si yo wete en silence, Alan ka sorti ka commence ka mette la boue en fidja you. Parce en ça ka travail. People, be careful on the road for Mother's Day. Mothers, don't get drunk to go bruise your eye. You have to go take care of your children. For you to teach your children, getting drunk, falling by the roadside, getting your eyes bruised, that is not what we want. Enjoy yourselves peacefully. Mableton twin, Mableton kaka, Mableton larger. Let's get it going peacefully. Avec nous pas qu'à quitter Alan posé. Alan nous pas t'inviter au cette ici ou qui vini ou ni pour penser au joindre. Moi pas vle vieux homme ça là. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you very much. Ironic, and again them say, no, let's not quarrel with calypsos. But it's amazing. We are being admonished that we're calling Alan's name too much in a song that is itself, an engine for having his name called out, a generator of his name, and now Alan's party is using that song to push his name and associate it with so many things that happen. It's like everything good in St. Lucia that ever happened is because of and from and as a result of Alan Chastney. We have a call on the line again. Hi, good afternoon, Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton, and good afternoon to viewers and listeners.
Okay.
I'd just like to wish everyone a happy jazz weekend, to be safe on the road. And like Maria said, don't consume too much alcohol to the point where you're unable to have control of your faculties. And of course, more importantly, wishing all mothers everywhere a happy Mother's Day.
Great stuff.
In advance.
All right, okay.
Shelton, I just wanted to quickly address the Invader song once again. Because I fail to see why there's such an uproar about the song, especially among supporters of the Labour Party. If you listen to the song, the more you listen to the song, the more you really catch the lyrics and the double entendre in the song, Shelton.
I don't think there's an uproar. It's a subject of discussion because it's something that has been said for a long time, even way back in 2016, that we're giving Alan too much time of day. You understand?
Yes.
And the song, I think, captures that we're still giving him too much time of day.
I think the song maybe not captures Shelton, right? The more I listen to it, I think it more plays on that topic. Because it's something that's been said so many times, and it's almost to the point that it's been exhausted. It's been spoken about ad infinitum, Shelton, and I think he's just highlighting that topic. But the more I listen to it, I hear more of I'll undo this, I'll undo that.
Yeah, but
so
the other thing I was thinking, the same way the Labour Party can take the song and say,
Exactly.
Alan do this, and then they can show £2,000 a night hotel stay, you know, for a week in London, you know. They can take it and they can show $7.3 million just given to an errand boy to go and buy vaccines for us. You know, there are so many things the Labour Party can do with the song, but I am saying at the end of the day, say, no, you got no me to shoot.
Shelton, it would be silly though for United Workers Party. I mean, and true to form, as I said, silly. They have done it and used it as one of their own campaign songs. I mean, number one, knowing who Invader is, knowing the majority, if not all of his songs have been pro-Labour or anti-Allen, anti-AWP. It'll just be stupid on AWP's part to even think of using the song.
Alan, you can't.
You know. Anyway, Shelton, have a great weekend to your viewers and listeners.
Thanks,
and again, everybody, enjoy jazz and happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, you know, I ever looked at it and I said, if Labour Party decided, it would be very fascinating to see how the same song can be used by opposing political parties, you know, as they picong against one another. We have another call on the line. The Real Issues, go ahead. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, hi. You're on the air. Go ahead.
I am, huh?
Yes, you are.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
It's nice to hear that you're doing great.
Okay.
Shelton.
Yes.
It takes somebody who does not understand calypso to use that song for the United Workers Party. But hello, any promotion that Invader gets for his song to make it more popular,
to collect more royalties.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
A matter of fact, confusion. If he gets a gig to perform on the stage, why not?
Really?
And charge them the real dollars, stretch it, because we ain't get that quality vaccine money yet. So if he can take some of that vaccine money, well, go ahead, my brother. Now, the flip side.
If he can take their money, like he just come to take their money.
That is it. if that is it. The flip side to that song is the St. Lucia Labour Party can use this very song. Alan do this. Take 1,000 acres of land from Fewford and give it to a foreigner. Alan do that. Took $7 million and buy un bougie panaye pour vaccine.
Reduce the VAT by 2.5% and then raise the excise tax on gas by 60% or whatever.
Raise the excise tax. Tout ça Alan do qui pas bon. Show it. The 2 boxes, the 2 garages, right? Outside of St. Jude Hospital. Alan do that. However, I'll undo it. We can undo everything. And everything that Alan did in the negative, right, that this government has undone, we use the song for that as well.
Sure.
Another flip side, I'll undo this. Alan took away the subvention from the National Trust. I'll undo that. I haven't done that. You understand? So everything that this government has undone, that Alan did, let's use the song for that. And let me tell you, let us use our energies to plant flags of this government, flags of this administration, accomplishments in less than 3 years. Had Alan done the completion of St. Jude Hospital, they can sing the song, braid a song, whatever the song, any day, anytime, anywhere. He would have still been in government if he had completed St. Jude's rather than put the 2 boxes there. So you know what? It is Mother's Day weekend. It is jazz weekend. Everyone who's heading up to jazz this weekend, be safe. Be safe. To all mothers in St. Lucia and within earshot and vision of the real issues, Makadizot, Nio Bon, Chou International, pour mama. All real mothers, whether you birthed the child or not, as long as you mothered a child, happy Mother's Day. Shelton?
Yes.
Look, I pali simen pochen si dievli. Nio Bon le westa. journée et un bon weekend. Bye.
Okay. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Thank you very much.
Oh, I thank you bigly.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
724-7325, our mobile number. You can WhatsApp call us on that, and you can also reach us on the landline 4533-911. This is The Real Issues. We have another caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, my friend. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to your viewers.
Thank you very much.
Let me say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the chat room.
That does include me?
Shelton, you know I have a problem. And my problem is the Lou Chasney getting paid for not doing his job.
Tell me about his job.
I have never seen that. It is a first that the leader of the opposition, the leader of His Majesty's opposition, has been missing Parliament for the entire 3 years. He has been missing Parliament off and on, and then he's getting paid for that. If it was an ordinary citizen that was doing that, he would have been fired by now.
Or when he's already there, he leaves. He finds some reason to walk out.
I didn't hear what you say.
I said, when he's already in the Parliament, he finds some reason to get up and to walk out in protest, right?
Yeah, this is really unfair to the people of Mikud South who voted him in. He's never there.
Although I must tell you, in recent times, especially since the throne speech and the budget and all of that, he wasn't there, and he had an excuse, which was submitted, and I accepted that his wife has been unwell, so he had to be overseas spending time with her.
I understand that. That in itself, I understand that, but it has been a habit. That's my contribution.
I don't know what they want to do about that. I mean, in Dominica many years ago, the opposition was walking out and not attending Parliament in protest, and Eugenia Charles, who was Prime Minister at the time, cut off their pay, and I think they all came back one by one and so on. So I don't know where that kind of Iron Lady stance, St. Lucia would want to try it. You never know. I mean, let Alan Chastney play his games. The people of Miku South. Do we have someone still on the line? As if I felt that call ended kind of abruptly. Okay. Yeah. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. The Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Sheldon.
Yes, how are you doing?
Have a good day. Let me tell you, I don't know, your program is so popular now that people can't get that on that, and you need to have 4 lines going at the same time. Let me ask you a question. I need some enlightenment. As of April the 1st, free movement which we have already along the OECS. We're supposed to have had in effect Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados to come into that group as free movement within the OECS.
Not the OECS, not the OECS. Jamaica and them are CARICOM. They can't be in
CARICOM,
the OECS. Yeah. There was supposed to be full free movement of CARICOM, as you said, from last month and so on. But as everything with CARICOM, things don't ever seem to move with agility, and they don't ever seem to move fluidly and so on. And I don't know if that is part of what Ambassador to CARICOM, Elmajin Isaac, is engaged in right now. But there has been this kind of start and stop. Oh, we need some more time. We need to look at this. We need to look at this issue. We need to, there's always that kind of thing when it comes to CARICOM. Within the OECS, things move a lot more smoothly.
And so another thing that I listen to all the time is the big deal we are making about the CIP. Okay? We are doing as if that is something that the Caribbean invented lately, and the Caribbean is the thing. That thing is as old as my grandmother and more. Yeah. And I'm saying that we did not start that. The Canadians have it. England have it. America have it. Switzerland have it. Australia have it. All the world have it. But it's looking as if it is we that invent that. I'll give you an example. When Hong Kong was turned over to China, the Canadians had it at $500,000 for you to pay to get the Canadian passport. When they saw the number of Chinese applying, it went up to 1 million. So I don't see the big deal that the opposition is doing is that. It's not a new thing. England is doing that. England have it with all their little countries. So we are making a deal and making an issue, and the opposition is making an issue as if it's a new thing. That's an old thing. We're one of the cheapest, and we need it because we have to recognize that the Western world, everything that these poor countries are going to take, whether it's Africa or the Caribbean, to give them a little bit better in terms of financing and jobs for their people, they mash it up. I don't know if you remember Antigua. Antigua, both were telling them that they had gambling through satellite.
Yeah.
America said they were losing money through all their gambling places. And they asked Antigua to block it off. Bud told them all the estates above Antigua belongs to Antiguans. You know what they did? They through that same thing they tried to mash up Russia. They said they're not acknowledging any checks or any monies coming from Antigua. Antigua based on a tourist industry that their whole lives depend on that, just about. They had to back out. So we have to look at this thing. The world is changing now. Who's going to be the boss? There'll be no boss. There'll be all of us together. That's what I'm seeing. And we don't have to be afraid of that because we didn't invent it. They invented that. So I want the St. Lucians to realize that it's not a new thing. And it's not a big thing. It's only that they're squeezing you so that they can control you all the time. That's my opinion on that.
Okay. Thanks for sharing it with us. Appreciate it. 724-7325 and 4533-911, the numbers you can reach us. The mobile number, you can WhatsApp call us on that one, and the landline, you can make any kind of call on it that you want to. We are hearing from you the last time for this week. We are wrapping up another week of the real issues, and of course, tomorrow and Sunday will mark the weekend, the grand finale weekend of the 2024 St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. And what a spectacle it has been. Like I said, jazz is a vibe that a lot of people just love the vibe of being in it and enjoying it and being part of it and so on. And anyone who tries to take away jazz from St. Lucians, they're taking away joy from St. Lucians. Look at this Kingdom Night, how popular it is. Even, people who are Christian-minded, they don't see jazz as bacchanal, as licentious, as lewd, and all the things that people took exception to in Carnival and all of it, Bam Bam Wall and whatever it is and so on. You don't hear those kind of issues coming up with people. So jazz has its following. It has a sort of attraction for people that you consider among the conservative people of St. Lucia. You don't look at it, it has deviated from jazz, so we're going to stop it and so on. This guy is just too much of a killjoy, and people telling us we mustn't mention his name. We have a call on the line. Hello?
Hi, good afternoon, Shelton. I'm barely hearing you. I'm not sure if you're hearing me.
I don't know. What's the problem, Jaquan? That's not the first time people are saying that they barely heard me. I don't know, caller. I'm not the one handling the technical controls and so on, so I don't know.
Okay.
Jaquan, could there be a problem that
I just wanted to say something based on what the last caller said in terms of us being vigilant about how those metropolitan countries, those big countries are doing everything in their power to keep us down, to keep us subservient, to keep us, begging and to keep us leaking, there.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen that for decades. I'm a very young man. I have seen that for decades. And I often wonder, how is it that our leaders, across the Caribbean and in Africa have not been able to see that? And to act as one, come as one, and to stop that type of bullying and to stop that type of, big, high-handed mentality that they hand to us in the banking system, in our politics, in our commerce, in our everything. And we seem to just not, as leaders, putting our heads together, and as black people and as one people putting our heads together to stop that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I have seen that many decades, and I'm very young, Sheldon, and I'm yet to see the type of leadership from from our leaders, right, to speak against that type of divisiveness that's among us, and to come together as a people, as one, to stop that type of stuff. I mean, it just beats me. It really beats me. It just really beats me. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you very much. The caller before this last one was making a point about something that had to do with online gaming. I think that was the reference. But anyway, we continue taking the calls, although we're almost at the point of our last commercial break before our final half hour of the program. So if there is no one on the line, Jaquan, let's take our break, and then when we come back, more calls, and I'll try to get in reading some messages as well.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you, at Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
are into the final 25 minutes of today's program and for the week, The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel. The telephone lines are open for your calls, 724-7325 and 4533-911. The numbers that you can dial, you can WhatsApp call us or you can call us direct on the landline phone. We are open for your calls. No program tomorrow, of course. No program on Sunday. So let's make the most and the best of today. Nigel Nicholas reminded Jaquan and I a short while ago that after Sunday from next week, we are moving into, did he say that, carnival, right? Yeah. It'll be carnival vibe and the carnival spirit. So I guess it's a completely different tempo. It's a completely different... atmosphere and mood and all of that we're going to be going into. Like I said, this trying to kill off jazz and change it into all different things and the soleil and the this and all of that, it misses the point. All these arguments about, jazz, that's not what it was intended for, that's not what it was meant for, and that's not what it was this and that for. You have to examine what is the culture, what is the response, what the thing means to people, what is the idea of the fusion, of the combination of taking the pure jazz and mixing it in to make it more palatable and attractive and even comprehensible to people and so on. You want a pure jazz festival or whatever it is. How many people are going to travel so far to come to St. Lucia and spend money for just because they are the jazz purist aficionados and they want the jazz in its pure form? How many of them how profitable is it going to be for us? You think people are going to bypass so many places where I suppose they have this kind of purified jazz, New Orleans or whatever it is, so many jazz festivals around the world? They come because there is a uniqueness, there is a flavor, there is a blending, there is a Caribbean and St. Lucian experience involved in it and so on. Some people just believe everything has to work and to go according to their image and likeness, according to the manner in which they have divined or they have decided that it must be, and so custody suites must be broken down, and the Suffre Bridge on the eve of an election must be demolished, and this thing must happen, and Radio St. Lucia must be closed, and the fish market and the marketing corporation and whatever else must happen there must be mash up this and mash up that. It's always it involves a mashing up, and the National Trust must be completely defunded, and endless of this magi and this papi show. And then you want to come and lecture us about government giving away our ports when all of your behavior was that you want to bring us under the heel and jackboot of recolonization. That's what you want, to recolonize us, under your personal foot and this kind of thing. Everything has to be done according to, it's all about you. It's all about how you see it and what you want. There is no idea to say, look, jazz has gone beyond. Jazz is a name, jazz is a description, jazz is a brand. But this thing has gone beyond about, the hardcore jazz people who travel from North America to come. It's about the people getting something that they can relate to and get plugged into, that they can become wired into it, whether as vendors or taxi drivers or just plain people having a rollicking good time and so on because, they can do this. There is decency. There is, something about it that just appeals to them at the level of culture that they are and so on. It's a different thing from carnival. It's a different thing. Yet at the same time, we have brought in Denry segment. We have brought in compa. We have brought in this, that. We have brought in local flavors to it and so on. And they have been loving it. Absolutely. Look at just the difference. Look at the difference in the vibe. Look at the difference. We have another call on the line. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Shelton. Good afternoon to the viewer, to the listening public.
How you doing?
Good afternoon for all those who think that we do not understand Invader's song and we have no knowledge of Calypso. But here is my Calypso. I am taking a gospel and make it a Calypso. Okay? I'm taking a gospel and I'm making, look what Philip has done. He gave us jazz. He gave the teachers money. He gave us everything that he promised us. That's my Calypso.
Very short.
Everybody that would look what the Lord has done, they would know that sound. He returned to us pride and dignity. He returned to us joy. He returned to us happiness. The jazz is spreading. And we don't want to have the jazz till next year. Look what Philip has done. The teachers who were spending their own money out of the little 600, he gave them an extra, a bit more that they could buy and make their classrooms look nice. Look what Philip has done. The 8-year-olds who had to take money out of their pocket and buy their medication. Philip J.P. has changed that around. Look what Philip has done. Look what Philip has done. That's my calypso. That is my song. Because, Shelton,
yes, man.
They could say what they want. People could say what they want. People who come and take on calypso. Let me tell you something. The only thing people see out of that song is Invader betrayed us. Period. That's why I see it. That's how I see it. I may not have the understanding of the English language as you have. I may not be able to turn things around to an understanding level that you have, or people who have been singing calypso. But let me tell you something. I have been listening to calypso from God knows when. Calypso is one of my favorite genre of music. Okay? And when I listen to calypso, I don't just listen to calypso because of a beat. I listen to the words of calypso. And Morgie would never, ever give us a song that would have the Labour Party making a headline from UWP. Never. Morgie would never do that. Okay? So they could tell me what they want. The song is Invader is telling us, stop mentioning Alan's name. Stop going after Alan. That's what he's telling us. Take it how they want. Say what they want. I personally will not be giving that song too much of a play. I will keep going after Alan, trust me. I will keep telling him the things that he did to us that was wrong. The place he brought us to our knees. But I will always sing, look what Philip has done. Shelton, blessed weekend. Blessed day to all the mothers. I wish you all a happy Mother's Day. I know that Philip JP has made life better for you all. I know that he has given the pregnant mothers a way, those that are expecting a way to visit the hospital, to go to the hospital to check themselves, and all of the good things that he has done. I want all the mothers on the life to know that I love you, Philip JP love you, God love you. Please, my people, enjoy yourselves. Go to the fete that you want to. Nobody's holding you back, but do it responsibly. Okay?
All right.
Do not drink and go driving.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. Have a blessed weekend.
Okay. Blessings to you as well. We have another caller on the line. Hi. Good afternoon. Real Issues. Hello? Hello? Hi, caller. Can you hear us?
Oh, yes. Shelton.
Yes.
I don't ordinarily do this, but I will defend my art form. Listen now, Bernard. If you don't understand calypso, say you don't. Listening to calypso from time immemorial when Noah was a boy or before he was conceived does not make you an authority on calypso. Exactly what Invader wanted done with the song is what is happening with the song. And if you don't understand calypso language, you don't understand dubaton, and you don't understand sarcasm or all of the other literary devices, you will never get Invader's song. Don't knock Invader for singing what he wants done. Okay? You do what you have to do and allow Invader to do what he has to do. This song is not what you think the song is. Now is how you get the song. That ain't nobody's fault how the song hits you. Okay? Somebody sang a song to me not too long ago, and it is not necessarily complimentary of the topic that he's singing about. But I spun it on him. It's what you want the person to understand from the song, or what you grasp from the song, and you spin it. Listen now. Chill on the man, guys. Just chill on the man.
All right.
Let us undo what Alan did. And let us do what Alan did not do. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you very much, Calypsonian. Defending Calypsonian. No surprise, eh? 724-7325 and 4533911. By the way, folks, I have nothing against the calypso. By the way, I always say calypso is not something we should take. Literally may not be the good word, but I know it's the best word. It's not literal, but we really should not allow ourselves to be riled up and disturbed and annoyed and all that by calypsos. I mean, some of the best calypsos are those that are not on the side of your opinions and your political thing. I always go back. I look at Morgan's calypsos from my corner and what was it? What was the other one? From my corner and the other one. I mean, those calypsos were really heavy stuff. The same way you like Ashanti's show some compassion. How they call that to the poor man, and there was the other one that he sang about. They lose, all them fellas lose, and you're gonna get the calypsos that they don't align with your political and other opinions, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they're great, tunes and so on, and biases aside, you're gonna shake a leg, you're gonna tap your foot when you hear them, and they're just great. They're very artistic, they're very well put together, the compositions, the performance, all of that and so on. The things are just, so I don't know why, but I just find that the very song itself is going to encourage more mention. And like I said, there's the little satire about it that, hey, you're all talking about the man too much. Look, even I doing the same thing because I'm singing about him. And then you see UWP grabs it and they're already showing all the things that Alan did. Maybe you can point devant point, So, they're trying to turn it, flip it, and to show, hey, the song is really a testimony to all the things that Alan just, and I expect Labour Party is going to take it and they're going to do their own little surgery on it, their own little spin surgery, and nothing for us to be riled up about. This isn't about the calypso per se. It's about, this has been going on for a long time. There's been a discussion, an argument about whether when you mention somebody's name, you're keeping them in the forefront and you're actually helping them. In America, it has taken place that Donald Trump's greatest strength is the way he keeps himself at the forefront of attention. He dominates the news cycle with mention. Any mention is better than no mention. He knows what publicity and what, showcasing yourself and flaunting yourself is better. I don't know if it is true. Whether you become the person that people don't necessarily hate, but they love to hate you, and they develop a certain fascination with you. However, that being said, I don't know how true it is, how much it really changes the price of cocoa or coffee insofar as when the votes are counted, when the fat lady really sings and so on, in the ballot box. I don't know whether that is, but I personally, if I were a politician campaigning, I would say I would prefer good publicity than to say any publicity is better than no publicity. To have your name associated with things that bring you into a kind of a disrepute and ridicule and odium and so on. I don't know if I would really buy that. Get your name out there and get it, mentioned regardless of what it is. I don't know if I really would want to buy that. But I was reading something about the Mexican climate scientist who says that in Merida on the Yucatan Peninsula where Cerezo Motor lives, the heat is ramping up. Last summer we had around 47 degrees maximum. The worst part, and that's the part every time I get to it a call comes, the worst part is that even at night it's 38 degrees. That's 1 degree above your body temperature, which is higher than your body temperature. It doesn't give a minute of the day for your body to try to recover. I'm hoping that this year we don't have to cope with too much of that, not for too long and so on, because that is where the heat stress comes, where your body cannot easily regulate its own temperature, because the outside temperature where you would regulate your body temperature, keep it at the level it's supposed to be by sweating, because sweating is a heat transfer taking place. Your body is losing heat via water vapor going into the atmosphere, which is able to absorb it. And there are two things: the temperature of the atmosphere and the humidity. Because if the atmosphere is so humid that it cannot absorb the water vapor that your body is giving off as perspiration, that is another impediment towards So, you have high temperature, you have high humidity, which I think we had last year. You feel sweaty, it feels sticky, it feels stuffy. It can affect you in that kind of way. But let's go on. The scientist Cerezo Mota says, she says record-breaking heat waves led to many deaths in Mexico. It's very frustrating because many of these things could have been avoided. And it's just silly to think, well, I don't care if Mexico gets destroyed. We have seen these extreme events happening everywhere. There is not a safe place for everyone. I think 3 degrees Celsius is being hopeful and conservative. 1.5 is already bad, but I don't think there is any way we are going to stick to that. Remember the 1.5 to stay alive kind of thing that was there for the climate accords back in, how many years ago, the climate change talks and so on. Let's see if we can keep the rise to 1.5 degrees or less. Well, she's saying we're surpassing that already. I think 3 degrees is being hopeful and conservative. 1.5 is already bad, but I don't think there is any way we are going to stick to that. There is not any clear sign from any government that we are actually going to stay under 1.5 degrees Celsius. Cerezo Mota is far from alone in her fear. An exclusive Guardian survey of hundreds of the world's leading climate experts has found that 77% of respondents believe global temperatures will reach at least 2.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels, a devastating degree of heating. Almost half, 42%, think it will be more than 3 degrees, and only 6% think the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit will be achieved. The task climate researchers have dedicated themselves to is to paint a picture of the possible worlds ahead. From experts in the atmosphere and oceans, energy and agriculture, economics and politics, the mood of almost all those the Guardian heard from was grim, and the future many painted was harrowing. Famines, mass migration, conflict. I find it infuriating, distressing, overwhelming, said one expert who chose not to be named. I'm relieved that I do not have children, knowing what the future holds, said another. The scientists' responses to the survey provided informed opinions on critical questions for the future of humanity. How hot will the world get? And what will that look like? Why is the world failing to act with anything remotely like the urgency needed? Is it in fact game over, or must we fight on? They also provide a rare glimpse into what it is like to live with this knowledge every day. The climate crisis is already causing profound damage at the average global temperature. The climate crisis is already causing profound damage as the average global temperature has reached 1.2 degrees above the pre-industrial average over the last 4 years. But the scale of future impacts will depend on what happens or not in politics, finance, technology, and global society, and how the Earth's climate and ecosystems respond. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, has convened thousands of experts in all these fields to produce the most authoritative reports available, which are approved by all governments. It was founded in 1988 by the United Nations, which was concerned even at that time that global heating could be disastrous for mankind if timely steps are not taken at all levels. The IPCC's task was to produce a comprehensive review and recommendations, which it has now done 6 times over 35 years. In terms of scale and significance, it may be the most important scientific endeavor in human history. The IPCC experts are, in short, the most informed people on the planet on climate, what they think matters. And I want to pause at that. This is the point of it. These are people who are dedicating their lives to studying these things and processing their findings, doing analysis, and then, data analysis and so on, and then reporting on it. But in recent years, they just seems to have given rise to everybody's a scientist, and some of the most uninformed people who don't even know what it is like to set up some experiment and to read the measurements and to analyze them and to see what data they can extract from them. Everybody know this is the thing, and that's another thing I find disgusting with Alan Chastney and the United Workers' Party. He's always, those people, they're well fooling you. They're lying to you. There is always somebody is lying to you. But they cannot show you exactly what is the lie that they are alleging, that they're accusing the person of doing. And secondly, what does the person stand to gain by lying to you about this? That is the thing about it. Everybody has this little knowing, if you want, you can listen to them, but they're more fooling you. Those people more lying to you. And I find that is a standard UWP playbook. And the same way I'm disgusted with it at the level of the vaccines and COVID and the pandemic and so on, is the same way I'm disgusted with it, in terms of the climate reports that we are getting and showing that, look, these trends are different from anything that we have ever seen. These heat waves and so on, they're getting worse. More people are dying. The outside temperatures are ridiculously and dangerously and lethally high and so on. But there is just that culture that everybody wants to parade themselves as a wise person, as a sage, as some intelligent, informed person, some citizen scientist, and they don't even know how to read a thermometer or something. But they go about and they say this thing over and over again, and everybody seems to believe that they are gaining some power by trying to refute and rebut and discredit scientists and so on, that they always align. How all of a sudden people in our country, small country where everybody is related to everybody, or everybody has some kind of connection, that all of a sudden our doctors hate us. Our doctors are trying to, to snooker us and to fool us and to deceive us and to lead us into, to hell of some kind of deceit and deception. That what happened? What happened? How all of a sudden they have something to gain, some skin in the game from lying to us and deceiving us? Whether it is about climate change, whether it is about the vaccines, it's just some kind of conspiracy mind that our people, our brother and sister doctors and scientists, that they suddenly are trying to pull, a stunt on us, to play a number on us in everything that has to be doing. I want to put it that it is the ego of people who do not have anything else to stand on in terms of their sense of self-worth, in terms of their sense of value, in terms of their sense of self-validation. And so attacking doctors and people who seem to have some standing, some status, some accomplishment to their name will somehow cast and project them as being more important themselves. And we have too much of that going on. And like I said, it has too much of a UWP look about it. It has too much of a Donald Trump look about it. Everything is fake news. That's fake news. That's bluff. That's lying. And you ask yourself, what do they stand to gain by lying to us on the scale and the extent and on the issues that the people who are claiming they're lying are lying? Climate change, just so to come and tell us we need to stop this poisoning of the earth because it is contributing to a rise in temperatures. We are seeing the severity of the hurricanes. Hurricanes are driven by heat, They are driven by heat. The hurricane is nature's way of taking excess heat from one area. That's why they always follow the path through the Caribbean. They go through the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico. They go up to the United States. They are taking heat from where it is excessive in the tropical Atlantic, and they're following a path where that heat, they can drop it until they go up to North America where it is cooler, and so they lose their energy, And so when you see the hurricanes and their severities, people have forgotten in just the last 5-6 years the kind of hurricanes we have seen. Where we ever heard of hurricanes reaching 185 miles an hour sustained winds? Yeah, we used to have 150s, but now 185. Hurricane Irma, that leveled Barbuda. Hurricane Maria, that almost wiped out Dominica. Where we ever heard this kind of thing? Something is happening, as Bob Dylan would sing, the times are changing. There is no denying it. The times are changing. And if we had any doubt about the heat, I'm telling you, just last year, we always had heat. But people, I don't remember a year when we had heat. Not just the heat, but the humidity, the stuffiness, no wind whatsoever blowing, like a big blanket of stuffy humidity sitting on top, and we're being told, watch out for more of it again this year. Yeah, we've had the cycles of El Nino and so on, but are we not finding the hurricanes? They're starting earlier, some of them starting in May. They continuing past November into December, Christmas Eve trough, what it did to us. Something is happening that is not adding up to what we have normally seen. So I just want us to stop this thing of trying to discredit everything that had. I mean, when the COVID came, people, have we forgotten the way the whole world was frightened? The world was frightened. Jaquan, were you conscious at the time enough to see the kind of fear and fright of this thing that came out of nowhere, and it was reports of deaths and we don't know what to do? How people were praying, urging, scientists, please, we need to get a vaccine. We need to. Other question, how are we going to pay for it? We, the poor countries, all the rich countries will just take up all the vaccines. And then all of a sudden, people are now shifted to trying to discredit the vaccine, like the vaccine was something deliberately invented to mess up people. You realize how these vaccines were a game changer to something that at one point there were fears that it would wipe out the world? How they were a game changer? We always try now to do this sort of thing. And to me, it looks too UWP-ish. Alan Shasney-ish, too Donald Trump-ish, always a fake news, always they're trying to fool you. So Global Pot Holdings is fully trying to fool you. The hospital is fully trying to fool you. The roads is fully trying to fool you. The this is lying to you. The that is lying to you. And I'm saying, but hey, what did you do that made you have greater credibility? What did you do that made you have greater, trustworthiness about you and so on? It just seems to be a way to play with your mind to make you believe somebody is trying to dupe you. Somebody is trying to, a masculinate on you and so on. But that's all the time that we have for the real issues today. I'm not saying people will not be trying to dupe and to fool us and to kuyene us, I'm just saying stop letting people use that possibility on our minds so that they can fulfill their own agenda of trying to absolutely blue us and fool us themselves by accusing others. People who rob you by always telling you somebody else is a volley, somebody trying to fool you, so that they cause you to be hyper vigilant against somebody else while they themselves have their hands deep in your pocket, taking things from it because they have convinced you that the volley is over there and not right here, which is them. Enjoy your weekend safely, everyone. On behalf of DJ Jaquan and all of us here at Real FM and MBC, Shelton Daniel signing out for today and for the week.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low
The winning numbers for the midday draw of Friday 10th May 2024 were Double Daily Grand 5, 11, 18, 22. Big 4, 0, 6, 2, 9. The Big 4 Multi-X ball drawn is 3X. Pick 2, 0, 5. The Pick 2 Multi-X ball drawn is 2X. One off, 2, 6, 2. Lucky free, 9, 6, 6. The Lucky free Multi-X ball drawn is FP.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel.